Okay, so I wanted to do I just want to remove my mic right. So I'm gonna do a deep dive into this Red Harvest book, right? And I've been, over the past like couple of months, really getting more into Sith lore. I just really wanted to kind of understand that side of it. So I just come out of the Darth Bane books, and that's a great series. It's 3 books, and you really get a sense of like what Darth Bane was all about. Like, you really start to understand like the Rule of Two and all that. But so I wanted to get into this one. So I wanted to pick a new Sith lore book, and this is pretty far back in the Sith lore. So all this stuff is prior to the largest canon stuff right now, right? Which is enough for me. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm not really that crazy about separating two. It's lore, and I want to discuss it. So I pick up this book, and I'm doing it on audiobook, and this is Star Wars Red Harvest by Joe Schreiber, right? And it's a pretty heavy Sith book. I'm doing it in audio form. It's like 9 hours, right? So my initial thoughts, and I'm going to do a chapter by chapter kind of breakdown as I'm going through the book and kind of how it hits me, right off the bat. And the first thing that I'll say about it is this author is like, if you enjoy like really rich detail, like this guy's explaining characters or describing characters at what I would say is like a second level, third level ability, not just how they look, how they sound, but like what their presence was, what happened when they come into when they come into the room. So we get into our main characters here, and the first one is Nickter, right? Nickter is what his name is, right? Wim Nickter. And he's the character by which we're seeing this entire Sith world. So it starts off, man, you're at one of the old Sith Academies. This is where it's going down at, right? This is a Sith Academy on Odacer-Faustin. And this is it feels like it's heavy into like the mood there. That's what this guy does a great job of conveying. Not only kind of setting the mood. So you're at this Sith Academy, ancient place, really old place, and you can feel the power. It's isolated. It's like all about teaching Sith survival, nothing else. And they're gonna push them until they snap, or you ascend to higher. And Nickter, for his misfortune, is basically a C student Sith, which may fly at the Jedi Academy. You might get through. You're a C student at the Jedi Academy. They're never going to really send you on any missions or anything like that. Maybe you end up, I don't know, work at the library or something of that nature. But this is a Sith Academy, so it's a lot tougher. I mean, it's impossible. And the mood that he immediately establishes is that, all the students are afraid of each other. Like, they're not only are they afraid of the instructors, they're afraid of the students as well, because this is as cutthroat as it gets. And I again, with Bane having to come up with the Rule of Two, all this stuff makes a whole lot more sense when you view it through this. Like, even the Academy, man, as much as I love, Sith lore, I would not go through that Sith training. I mean, if you really are going to get you some power, yeah, that says about a lot of me. So going into this, I know that this has got a zombie component that's going to be coming. But right off the bat, it's a pure introduction to just like, these are the Sith. This is how they roll. This is what's going to be like hanging around them. And it's going to be absolutely terrible. I can tell you every part of this is going to be terrible right off the bat. So when we start off with Nickter, and again, I'm telling you, Nickter is a character that he's already failing. Everybody knows he's not going to pass. And it starts off with him in the ring. So they have competed this training for the day, which is brutal into itself. You can imagine it's a Sith Lord, and they have to, after training all day, you have to go up to the top of the temple where the ring is at. This is about the ring. The first chapter in the book is the ring, so you can already know how this is going to go. And Nickter not only finds himself at the top of this ring, he's got the number one student there who wants to challenge him, which obviously this guy ordinarily would just say no. But for some reason he can't, and he realizes that he can't because this guy's essentially got control of his body. Like, that's what's going on. He's gotten control of his lesser student's body. So you're conscious, but you can't control your body. And ultimately, what this guy is going to do is just torment you in front of all the students. So this is kind of where we're at, and they describe this brilliant battle scene. They're not using lightsabers because this is, training. They're still in training and all that, Sith on Sith. But you can die in these. Like, routinely people die. And the last 3 guys that this particular student, Lucius has faced, have just left the Sith temple, just gone and disappeared. Not just like they said, all right, I'm out. They just kind of disappeared. So Nickter is going to have to deal with this. And one of the cool things about it is already we get introduced to some new Sith Lord. Not that I can consider Nickter, but we do hear Darth Scabrous, who is, like, at this time, the highest in forbidden Sith knowledge. Like, all Sith knowledge is forbidden. They never like to share knowledge, right? It seems like. Or they're all competing to have access to this knowledge. So this is, again, taking us further back into the Sith lore. I'll figure out how long it is before, the Skywalker days of the Sith would start to jump off. But pretty far back, and we can kind of feel exactly what the mood is. So he's fighting this, top elite student who is just really, literally controlling his body, making him pull his sword, made him accept the challenge. Like, he could have just been humiliated and said no, but he's like, no, I gotta figure this, But he couldn't because this guy's got control of his body. So he goes out there fighting, having a fight, and the guy nearly kills him. Like, he has him basically, he's ready to kill him, but he doesn't, which is even worse because, like, now you're just unworthy of the life that someone gave you. So this is a position that we find Nickter in the heat of the Sith, and you can feel this is a great setup. Like, we haven't even touched zombies in any way yet, and it's already full of, like, all this intrigue. So again, just from what I'm seeing, like a really good story, nice setup. If you're in the Sith, which I am, and you want to learn more about the pre stuff, to me this is an excellent start off. And like I said, I'm going to go through it and just kind of give my thoughts as the chapters go through. But damn, definitely want to hit me up, like drop in the comment sections, and I'll put these up on the website as well. And join me in my new channel. You guys got the link here as we're building like a new kind of myth, lore, aliens, and all that stuff channel.